especially of English-speaking community. I'm Maria, and today we have a local important updates from San Miguel. So, as always, let's begin with the exchange rate. The US dollar is currently priced at 60.41 pesos to buy and 70.54 pesos to sell. These figures may fluctuate through the day changes in global markets and local economic factors, so it's a good idea to keep an eye on updates. If you are planning to exchange money or make an international purchase, checking the last rate can help you to make a smarter financial decision. So as we are always sharing you this news, tell us what do you think about today's exchange rate. If you're planning to make something a trip or maybe go to another place or maybe buy something that comes from different places, so that's why we are here just to bring you the exchange rate every single day. And now let's move on to the weather, because San Miguel it's currently sitting around 23 degrees with a soft breeze flowing through the streets and creating a very pleasant atmosphere. It's a lovely day overall, bright, comfortable, and perfect for enjoying some time outdoors without the heat feeling overwhelming. So for tomorrow, we're looking at cold start as early in the morning temperatures are expected to dip about 8 degrees. As the day progresses, temperatures will rise steadily, reaching up to 23 degrees by the afternoon, so expect a fresh morning that slowly gives way to a warm and enjoyable day. Just keep a light jacket by handy for those early hours. So we're here just to show you the weather, and we're still having just like this kind of raining that is so soft and so light, so it's nothing like so that we have a bigger storm in here in our beautiful city. But of course now the weather is changing, and if you are just planning to go outside at this moment, just wear an umbrella or just take an umbrella or put something that can cover you and for you that don't take any risk or any infection, about talking of course about your own health, because at this point we are just asking to everyone, because there is a lot of people just with this flu being sick at this moment, so just take precautions if you go outside of your homes, of your work, and you are just watching this weather that is kind of confusing most of the time or changes. So tell us what do you think about today's weather, if you like it or if you don't, and why, or what are your plans, if you like San Miguel at these temperatures or maybe you prefer in others. So now we're moving just to about a segment talking about the lawyers, because today is his special day. So at this moment we all know that this profession is so important for everybody, of course for all of us, because when we pass into works or maybe another situation that we just need to have help about the legacy, about the things that we need to work and have, just to be sure of the things about our rights, the things that we need to ask for any other kind. Of course, the lawyers are the first ones that are going just there for hours and just to give them and give us their work the best that they can. So it's something that particularly we need in our lives, because most of the time we pass in for a lot of situations, and those situations they are kind of rough or hard for all of us, and we never know. So we just need to stay informative. If you have a lawyer that is a friend of your family, well, I guess you are so lucky, because everybody at one time of our lives we just need to have just like a search or maybe just a special brief to ourselves about any kind of particular situation. So in this profession we know that there is a lot of people that thought that it is kind of rough, that it is kind of difficult, and of course that it is so dangerous in most of the time. But without you, most of us don't have the great things that we are just asking, or maybe we don't have any kind of way to give to a solution to go to the best way. So of course we need you, and that's why we're just here to celebrate your special day, and of course we have a video to honor you.
Lawyers' Day is an opportunity to recognize the essential role lawyers play in society and the pursuit of justice. Legal professionals can advocate advisors and defense of rights, helping individuals in continuous negative complex legal systems. Through their work, lawyers protect fundamental freedoms, promote fairness, and uphold the rule of law. They are involved in resolving conflicts, shaping laws and public policies, and ensuring that justice is accessible to all, not just to a few. This day honors the responsibility, ethic, and commitment required in the legal profession and reminds us that just society depends on those who are willing to defend true equality and rights of others.
So now we saw that you guys are really important for all of us, because we're talking about solutions, we are talking about to have just the things right for everybody. And of course I know that this sometimes is kind of hard, because there is a whole world behind this. There is a lot of law, a lot of politics, a lot of constitution, a lot of hard work that you need to do. And of course you just need to defend and go for the persons that have this service and ask. But sometimes we know that it's nothing so easy, and that you need to be constantly reading and just constantly going out there for any changes. And it's hard work, and it's the work for every single day. So of course we are totally with you, and we respect. And of course sometimes I hope that we don't need you more than we used to, but if we need, I hope that we have the best for our homes, our lives, and our day and day. And now, talking about more biggest professions, we have another video clip, but talking about something that is particularly about this era, because we're talking about women and how this work about the medicine, and celebrating the women on the medicine is something that we really need to care about. And of course that we are just happy about this theme, because oh my god, I was saying something on Spanish, but because at this moment it's kind of hard to look at the fight against the women's rights, because sometimes we have a lot of controversy about this topic, and it's 2026. So at this moment I totally know that most of you, and especially most of the women outside, are just searching and saying why we have this problem on this millennium, why we're still having a lot of thoughts that are not about this era, we're still sharing a lot of these things, what about us? So it is always known that most of the things that we have of today, talking about the medicine, they are just focused on the men and about how the body of the man will react about the medicine, about the surgeries, about kinds, talking about this particularly. But what about the women? And of course we just saw this on several and a lot of different topics, like the hormones, about the post-date, about a lot of things that we just need to have more emphasis, more search about these things, but in the women people. So now we're talking that this message go out there for all the women that just participate in this cause, that want to bring something new to the medicine, something different perspective. And now we have a lot of brains, have a lot of girl power, have a lot of things that we need to share to everyone. So of course it's something that makes us feel proud, because now we're just celebrating this special day, not just because we need to share and that's everything. We're just celebrating because this is something really important. This is known that we still haven't, not like 1,000 years, there is not that much of years that the women start applauding into great jobs, into finding equality. So this is go special just for everybody that is outside to look around and just to honor and have this special value for everybody. So let's go and see this video clip.
National Women Physicians Day on February 3rd is recognized as National Women Physicians Day, a day dedicated to honoring the achievements, dedication, and impact of women in medicine. This day commemorates the birthday of Dr. Elizabeth Blackwell, who in 1849 became the first woman to earn a medical degree in the United States, breaking barriers in a field that was almost entirely made at the time. Her encouraged perseverance and paved the way of generations of women physicians who today work in hospitals, clinics, research centers, and communities around the world. Women doctors don't only contribute medical experience, but also bring compassion, empathy, and innovation to healthcare. National Women Physician Day is a reminder of the importance of gender equality in medicine and the vital role women continue to play in improving health, saving lives, and sharing the future of healthcare.
So now we're talking something really particular important, as I was saying, because today we're celebrating and of course just admire to all the women that are outside that really care about this profession and want to give to everybody some just great news talking about the medicine, so new finds, something that is really particularly important for everybody. And this is not talking about men or women, this is just about a human being that needs to offer. But of course in these special days we recognize that because it is important to have these days, and especially just for the women that in this day it is kind of rough and kind of controversial that she has the great value and this millennium. So of course we hope that at these years past it is a lot of more things, more equality, and more things that make us feel proud about everybody, and of course that make us feel safe and just injustice in any gender. So now let's go to our section of Heads Up.
Heads up, this is World Around Town.
So now here we are in this section of Heads Up, and the first announce that we have is the library guide tour. Discover every corner of this 50th century building and learn about his stories, and of course they will show you a lot of their activities that they have. This is every Thursday at 11 a.m. and the meeting point is at the library courtyard. Of course, you just need to go and enjoy, and your donations support their programs. Continue with more events. Here we have someone that you need to pay attention because this will be tomorrow. A talk chronic pain and the mind-body connection, what it is and what it takes to heal, and how to recover from it by Annie Croft at 3 p.m. at Sala Quetzal. It is, of course, your donation is voluntary. And if you were just searching the San Miguel Brief, you will find that we are just constantly repeated about our fair de la Candelaria, and it already started, but you have a February 13 to go and enjoy to search about plants, about flowers, and this is at Seferinos Park from 10 a.m. until 8 p.m.
Heads up, this is World Around Town.
So there you have it, guys. This is all the events that we have in here in our section of Heads Up. Remember that if you want to participate and appear in here into the show, or maybe you were searching for a place where you can put your announce, remember that we have our WhatsApp, that is 415-296-4668, when you can send us a message, talk with us about your idea, what's the thing that you like to share to others, to the community, and of course, especially to the English-speaking community, why you want to make it, and all the things. So that's why whenever we are having that information, we're going to give you every step by step of all the things that you need to have before coming up to the show. So it's something really easy, and of course we are there for you. You just need to send us a message and we're going to give you the rest. So now we're going to our national news, and the first news that we have is that protests and complaints market Sheinbaum's tour in San Quintin, Baja California. So this is something controversy, and now we're seeing her in a different position that we don't. So let's see this with her own perspective and her own words, so you can have an idea of the situation.
Finalmente se supo la verdad. La presidenta nos dijo 4 mentiras diferentes sobre el tema del envío de petróleo a Cuba. Que si las decisiones soberanas de Pemex, que si los contratos de Pemex con Cuba, que si las decisiones soberanas del gobierno de México, que si la ayuda humanitaria a los cubanos. Al final se supo la verdad. Otra vez, Donald Trump dijo, quiero esto, y la presidenta de México lo acató. El fin de semana el presidente de Estados Unidos reveló que él le pidió a la presidenta Sheinbaum dejar de mandar petróleo a Cuba, porque eso era ayudar a la dictadura. Y otra vez, dejó mal parada a la presidenta de México. Aquí lo dijimos, la presidenta no debería creerse los halagos de Trump, porque siempre después del halago viene un golpe. Ya debió haber aprendido. El jueves de la semana pasada, Trump puso en su red social que Sheinbaum era una líder maravillosa, inteligente, que los mexicanos deberíamos estar orgullosos. Bueno, ella presumió las palabras en su conferencia. 60 horas después, el golpe. Trump diciendo que él le pidió suspender el envío de petróleo de México a Cuba y que ella obedeció. Miren, no está claro si se lo pidió directamente Trump a Sheinbaum en la llamada telefónica que tuvieron, la presidenta dice que no, o si se lo mandó pedir con Marco Rubio, el secretario de Estado, en las 2 llamadas que tuvo con el canciller mexicano Juan Ramón de la Fuente. Al final, el hecho concreto es que México ya no le manda petróleo a Cuba, ni por contrato, ni como ayuda humanitaria. Y entonces ahorita, para calmar a los comunistas de Morena, la presidenta y su equipo andan haciendo malabares para decir que nunca dejarán de apoyar al pueblo cubano, le hace a la dictadura, y que van a seguir mandando ayuda humanitaria, pero ya no petróleo, sino otra ayuda. ¿Y cuál ayuda? Pues quién sabe, aún la van a definir.
I think we're going to work a deal with Cuba. I think, we'll be kind. We have a situation that's very bad for Cuba. They have no money, they have no oil. Venezuela, they live off Venezuelan money and oil, and none of that's coming now. And then the president of Mexico, President Sheinbaum, was very good. I said, look, we don't want you sending oil there. And she's not sending oil.
It's a failed nation now, and they're not getting any money from Venezuela, and they're not getting any money from anywhere. It's a failed nation. Mexico is going to cease sending them oil.
So now we have this new, and in this new we were talking just about the oil thing, about with Cuba and what she's going to act. And of course there was something really particularly interesting, because as I was saying on the last programs, that what is the truth behind this? We have a lot of response about the situation, but at this moment we just saw that there is just controversy and confusion, because she says something one day and into the next day we have completely something different, for of course, from Donald Trump. So this is the information that we have particularly, but let's go to the next one new, so we could know what's going on at this moment with more international news. So let's go and see.
Ya le habíamos dicho que la presidenta estaba muy irritada, muy de mal humor, que llevaba varios días enojada, irascible. Las cosas no le están saliendo y el sábado se notó. La presidenta tuvo muy mal día en su gira por Baja California. Primero fue a San Quintín y le llovieron reclamos. La acompañaba la gobernadora, la bonerista Marina del Pilar. Un grupo de manifestantes bloqueó el paso de la camioneta de la presidenta. Con mantas y pancartas le gritaron de todo. La presidenta tuvo que asomar medio cuerpo por la ventana del vehículo. Pidió el micrófono que traían los manifestantes. Les hizo un llamado para que uno por uno pasaran al frente y le contaran los problemas del municipio. Les prometió mandar un representante federal para atender todas las quejas.
Vamos a hacer una cosa. ¿Escuchan? Porque si hablan todos al mismo tiempo, pues no lo...
Pues somos el pueblo, somos el pueblo.
Pero tengo que escucharlos uno por uno. Entonces, a ver, ¿quién va a hablar?
Presidenta, no es posible que tengamos un hospital sin ningún servicio, de verdad. El hospital está abandonado.
No diga que somos politiquería, hermosa.
No somos politiquería.
Pero yo no dije que ustedes son politiquería.
Necesitamos que se construya la carretera, se construye, está muy destruida.
Presidenta López Obrador nos prometió que sin ninguna burocracia se iba a hacer la carretera, por lo menos a los carriles de San Quintín a Camaluca.
El 65% de los asentamientos humanos son irregulares. No tenemos seguridad. No tenemos un gobierno por el que se luchó para ser municipio.
So now at this new, right now we were just watching about her response in the situation on San Quintin. Of course, she is just, they all just saying that whenever she goes over there, she was already mad. And of course, there is the whole Mexican people searching for the answer, and of course, just asking what's the situation, what is going to happen at this moment, and she is just kind of furious and pissed off, and she don't want to answer, or maybe she do it, but in just an aggressive way. So now this is how she is responding, and of course we are just asking once again, what is the real truth about this situation? Because at this moment we just search for information, and President Claudia Sheinbaum is just saying one thing, but Donald Trump is saying another thing, and now she is saying different things for different perspectives and different news at this moment. So at this moment, I can say that we have the truth because we don't know in this moment. And into another news, in the middle of the Middle crisis, with more than 130 cases in Mexico City and early 800 of nationwide, the ISSSTE suspended a vaccination at the Diario Fernández hospital because it was a holiday without vaccines or staff. Mexico is once again facing a virus that has already claimed 27 lives, including 1-year-old baby. So it's something really dangerous, and of course we are just here to share this news because we are talking about weather changes, but this is more than serious.
En medio del brote de sarampión en México y con más de 130 casos en la capital del país, paradójicamente, el servicio de vacunación se interrumpió en el hospital Darío Fernández Fierro, que pertenece al ISSSTE. Y todo porque este lunes fue día de asueto.
Que hoy no vienen los compañeros del personal, vienen hasta mañana.
Pero no solo eso, tampoco hay vacunas de sarampión, solo de influenza.
No, y yo no sé por qué, porque pues hay brote de sarampión, pero yo creo que en Dinamarca tampoco hay.
Esta falta de acceso a las dosis también fue analizada por la Academia Mexicana de Pediatría y señala que el resultado es una población susceptible que permite la reintroducción y diseminación del virus, porque desde febrero de 2025 ya se contabilizan más de 7.900 casos. De ellos, casi 1.500 se registraron este año.
El sarampión es la enfermedad más contagiosa que conocemos, es muy fácil de transmitir.
De ahí la importancia de conocer los síntomas de la enfermedad: fiebre, malestar general y lesiones en la piel.
Rojizas. Hay unas lesiones en la boca que se llaman las manchas de Koplik.
Ante su aparición, hay que acudir al médico para recibir un diagnóstico oportuno que evite las complicaciones.
1 de cada 20 puede presentar neumonía, 1 de cada 1000 puede presentar un problema neurológico, de 1 a 3 de cada 1000 pueden fallecer por sarampión.
Recuerde que en México ya se registran 27 muertes, la última de un bebé de 1 año y 1 mes de edad. Así que no dude en vacunar a sus hijos, sobre todo si vive en estados como Jalisco y Chiapas, donde se registra el mayor número de casos. Con información de Itzel García, Fuerza Informativa Azteca.
So yes, we have this new, and of course we were a lot of now we're still having this risk of sick, so it's something that you really need to have on mind because it is more important now that this is going to get bigger at this time, and it is get worse when you are more older. So if you are just know somebody that it doesn't pass for this situation but he is so older, just put him in a safety place and take care of yourself. And of course, if you have more families, more members, friends, just say this message to everybody so they take your precautions. And of course, about now other sickness as the flu, and of course now that with these changes that it is kind of hard to have this kind of risk and in your health, so just take precautions. And of course that's the only thing that you need to do. You already know all the steps that you need to follow for be self and just talking about your own health care. And now, well, I'm passing just to the final. So I hope that you really love this program. Once again, you are just watching the WhatsApp of the San Miguel Brief. And if you want to participate or maybe report something, if you go outside and you notice something kind of weird of your neighborhoods or maybe on the streets, you can also report by our WhatsApp. Just take a pictures, just put exactly the location and what's going on, and that's more than enough. So we could put that on the San Miguel Brief so everybody will know this new. And just contact us by our WhatsApp, that is 415-296-4668, and that's the only thing that you need to do. So I hope to see you tomorrow with more news, with more updates from San Miguel, and just take precautions. You already watch all the news that we have, and if you're going outside at least these days, just take off or take your umbrellas with you and just enjoy this beautiful sea. So I'll see you with more.